Chasing dreams down that open road. Living fast, baby, all I know. Daddy told me gotta give it my all. Cause we're some blue-collar outlaws. We're living life at full speed, there's no pacing. Midwest lifestyle, Ohio grudge racing. Taking home the money wide open on that open road. It's full throttle since the baby bottle, baby, this is all I know. And overload, tires roll, tell them I want all the smoke. Slow pokes will choke in my rear view. Adios, run your car, not your mouth, put your money where your motor is. Heavy hitters, dream killers, kill shot, hold them still, told them chill, we on fire. Life is lit with rocket fuel, stop it fool. Blue-collared outlaws, who think you talking to? Winning attitude all on the line and we ain't about to lose. Beat the brake pads off, knock your car up out the shoes. Line them out, chalk them up, underdogs on top again. Never say die, we from Columbus, so we gotta win. Hard working, fast running outlaws and street racing. All your dreams is in my tail lights, you can keep chasing.
What up, everyone? Happy Monday. What's everybody up to today? How's your evening, your weekend? Hopefully it was good. Waiting on a train. That's kind of a, I mean, that's a comment that could go a whole bunch of different directions here. Are you going from one destination to another? Are you the receiving end of a train, the giving end? I mean, oof. Especially with Jeff Queen in the house, he got all kinds of comments for all kinds of shit. James, what's up, big homie? Jeff, what's up, brother? Tony, waiting on one myself at work. Richard, oh man, I'm a little bit behind here. Real train. Thanks for the stars, Richard. John, what's up? Sherm was looking good this weekend. What's up, Bubba? Truck was flying. I saw you on the No Prep Felons live feed. Truck was looking good down there. I saw your post about the CO2. That sucks. Sorry that happened. Oh man, everybody's running behind today, so give everybody a few minutes. Oh shit. My man, what's up? Everett and Phil West with the win this weekend. Great job, guys. I know that thing's been kicking your ass. I'm so happy to see that. Yeah, I mean, it happens. What do you do, right? Thanks for the stars, buddy. Man. Fist pumper running a few minutes late. You and me both, homie. You and me both. It's coming along pretty decently, man. Can't complain. Really, let's see. While we're waiting, I'll show you some updates on it. I got a ton of videos, man. I got the whole build process for that thing. I just don't have time to edit it right now. So eventually you guys will get caught up to date on absolutely everything on it. But in the meantime, you just get them kind of little slow bullshitty fucking updates that I've been able to do. Amanda, thanks for the stars. John knows what I got. What I was talking about. Oh yeah, I'm out there every night, man. I was out there. I was just out there for a few minutes. I was just out there for a few minutes right now, and when we're done with the live feed, I'm gonna go right back out there. But I just keep doing shit that doesn't really need to be done per se, but I just want it done right the first time. What's up, Johnny? How you doing, brother? What's that? Coming to Beltober. I only have two. Right now, I only have two commitments for October. Otherwise, I'm in the barn busting ass on this blazer. I'm really just trying to get this thing done. I don't know what the hell to show you guys here. Let's see. But all up here. No, not this weekend. This weekend is Dragway 42, and then the Rewind, and then you also have that big gigantic ass race down there. Turkey Bash turned into a monster of a race down there in Kentucky. But I will be back in the barn all weekend. I'm trying to get this thing done, man. I'm trying to race this year. I'm trying to race the right way. Whoa, what do you mean about that? What you won a race and now you're retired? No. You can't roll like that. Damn it, I am dying here because I do so well on where the hell I put these videos. But Chris was down this weekend at Battle of the Berg. So waiting for him to get here so he can commentate. I mean, I kind of watched the live feed down there at or while I was working on the blazer, but I was mostly preoccupied with the blazer. Yeah, Andy, Michelle's gonna get those wrapped up. We're caught up all the way to Milan, and Michelle's gonna get those points wrapped up probably tomorrow or Wednesday, and get the updates from More in the Woods posted as well, so that we'll be current, and then we'll have all the so the points will all be updated, and then what the pot's up to right now be updated as well. By the end of the week. Yeah, John hooked up with a spreadsheet, which does work awesome, buddy. It's just honestly between working OGR and everything else, just not enough hours in the day. We're behind on some stuff. But the points, it's all the way up to Milan, are posted on the event page right now. 2 races left in the World Series, October 14th at Edgewater. for Cincy Street Nights, which is a Friday. So, you know, start calling off work now or scheduling your time off now. And then the last one is November 26th at Decker Brothers for Cash Days of Kentucky.
What up?
What up? Meatball getting ready to drop their video here in about an hour, so go check theirs out on YouTube.
Oh my God, Gavin, have you looked at your messenger? Because I sent you a bit, or whoever here was on the team Meatball. Tell Gavin he's look at his messages because I seen him a video last night with that. Please clear the lanes. Please. You just had to be there to know what that means.
No, I was on via the live feed because Bob was having a good old time with it. Also, it was almost like being at Dig or Die. Get off the wall.
Oh man, yeah, we were having a blast. It was fun.
I bet.
Probably the coolest thing I've done. Definitely, hands down. I mean, where do you go where you can get to be on a street? Not to mention a completely virgin. I mean, there was nothing. There wasn't a single. Nobody even locked up their tires on this road. I mean, that's the kind of road it was.
Yeah. I watched some of that on Bob's live feed. Looked like a good time. I really almost thought about driving down there just for that and coming back home, but
Yeah, it was a little bit of a headache there at first getting in there because there was so many people there. I mean, it was insane. I mean, there was probably 1,000, 2,000 people there at least. That were there watching. It was insane. But once they got it in there, like it was good. Getting the cars up there and stuff like that, get them done, getting them back. We didn't have any issues. I think we had one issue of a little bit of an oil leak that came out of Rankin's car, but they cleaned that up and kept it going. It was definitely cold. It was cold. I was freezing, but I think we ended up leaving out there. I think it was like right around 5:30 in the morning, so it was like 6:30 here. I was wore out, and I was back up at like 8:30 that morning to go to the track.
Yeah. Everybody was texting and calling me all day, Friday and Saturday. So I was kind of up to date with all that stuff, but I can imagine that little 2 or 3 hours of sleep was made for a long day Saturday for sure. But it looked like a lot of fun.
Yep, I was gonna say I sent you a couple of videos there, in the email and stuff from a couple of the pairs that went down. Just kind of get an idea of what happened. Took a couple right off my live feed, considering I just did live the entire time, and it worked out, for what it was.
Yeah, let's see here.
He threw some shit out the exhaust there, bud.
It does that.
Does it?
Yep, that's common.
Just fucking.
That was second. Did I say second round or third round? I believe in that email. I'll find it.
No, it doesn't say. But
Yeah, I believe that was second. I was third round. Yeah, it was third round. Yeah, third round.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Left lane for the win.
That was Duvall and Jeffrey Burbank, I believe is his name. That was also third round. By third round, it was definitely starting to come around a little bit. The surface reminded me of Dig or Die in terms of the rubber wasn't like filling in; it was actually sitting on top of the road with the way the surface was made. So it was a little deceiving. Like it looked good, it felt good, but it was just one of those deals where it's you got it was good when you start. If you 60 footed your guy, you usually got him. But there was a couple of cases like Kendall. I mean, Kendall was slow on the games. Oh,
I'm
hi.
sorry.
Kendall was slow out of the hole a couple of times, but he would just pour it on at the end, and most of his wins were won at the end.
Oh yeah, no, he's really good at that, man. I'm telling you. I don't know what his real deal is, but my theory is he has 50 kits of nitrous and he just keeps flipping buttons until he wins. Because it always seems like he's just barely edging people out, and that thing big ends like a turbo car. It's very well built, very effective vehicle.
And yes, that Blazer had both wheels off the ground where I was standing. That was Rankin and Overstreet.
Hell yeah.
That was cool. There was only one, we only had one little mishap, and I think I sent you the video. It was Kevin Fields and Andrew Lavender. Kevin Fields got that turbo S10, the hillbilly hustler from Indiana. That was the only little mishap we had where he kind of got out of shape and kind of went sideways.
Let's see. I didn't download everything yet. I'm done.
That's all right.
Now.
But yeah, so they ended up making it all the way to the third round. And by that time it was about 4:30. The road had to be back open by 6 a.m. on the dot. They had to be nobody out there at 6 o'clock in the morning. And they felt, with the 5 cars left that they had, that it wasn't going to be enough time to get it done before 6. So they decided just to split the 5, which was Mork and Rankin's car, small tire car, Schoolboy, Logan Duvall, Kendall, and who was the 5th? I was trying to remember who the 5th was on my Facebook. I gotta figure that out, who that is. Who was the 5th person that was in that? I'll find it. My brain's fried.
It's going good this week, thanks. I'm in pretty good running right now for the top 5. But just stay diligent and help your boy out. And just like any race, it ain't over till it's over. So I'm not taking anything for granted. Here's
Caden Rankin. Caden Rankin was the 5th person. So it was Caden Rankin, Schoolboy, Kendall, Logan, and Mork were the 5 left that they split. And then I sent you the video of the one big tire win, which was Mr. Ric Flair, Mr. Novocaine himself. Wild man. Yeah. Him and Rankin in the finals.
Oh, baby! Novocaine to the left! Novocaine!
Dude was in one lane the entire day. I think he was in the right lane one time that night. In the left lane, he was in the left lane the entire night, and he had that secured like nobody's business. Car was flying.
Nah, that car's a beast. It's always good to watch.
Yeah. But I will give it to somebody, though. So they ran big tire first out there instead of small tire as the first pair down. Jeremy Kiefer was first pair out, and somehow on a virgin road, he went straight down that road like there was no issues. Didn't white smoke the tires, didn't do anything. It was crazy. I would have never expected it.
Because he's a bad mofo. That car's probably easily underrated, but man, I've seen that thing do some amazing stuff.
Yeah.
It'd be nice when the big car's ready to be back in action. All right, here's the.
Yep.
Oh! Nice save, nice save, nice save. Right.
Hey, was wheels up when he left.
Yeah, the slide bar sucks. Yep. That's Kevin for you.
Oh!
He ended up spinning around there a little bit.
Nice save, nice save.
He drove straight back.
Oh yeah, he's a madman. I can't wait for him to get a handle on that. That's a new build or a lot of upgrades this last year, so I'll be excited to see him get a handle on that car, on that little truck, man.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Andrew came back because I mean they were dang near side by side, and he was just shaking his head, and I'm like, I bet he was scared to death because the video doesn't do justice. I mean, it was I mean, I thought he hit him. I thought he 100% hit him, but he didn't. But
we got let's move on to Saturday. We got
yeah, these are all depends on what you pull up, quarterfinal and semifinal rounds.
motherfucker, when you're getting ready to go to bed tomorrow, remind me. I'm sorry. Let's see. They're downloading now. I really have had zero time to prepare today. I'm sorry, everyone. This fucking life is crazy right now. We got a lot going on. Let's see. Here's not bad stuff. I mean, nothing bad, but our lives are just crazy right now.
This is quarterfinal. Schoolboy Nick Michael.
I'm gonna go to the top end. Ready.
Schoolboy kicking ass. Saw that on No Prep Felons live feed. He was doing some shit.
Yep.
I know, Bill. Tag all of them in this live feed and tell them to get their asses sending that money in so I can pick some winners. Those generators have been hot.
Oh yeah, I seen you got that full. I need to send that to you after we're done.
Hell yeah. Go down there and make that money, buddy. Yeah, Schoolboy's always rolling, man. Man, I'm a fan. I don't even know. I was trying to reword it some way or something so I didn't sound like an idiot, but I'm a fan. Schoolboy's a bad motherfucker. Why aren't you downloading, man? Fucking iPhone movie files. Well, he can't possibly have any more luck. My God, he had to have used it up the last two. What are these all? Schoolboy?
Shouldn't be. It just shows you only 2 videos of him. And then him in the semifinals, and then there was a couple of the quarter. I think I had all the quarterfinal and semifinal races.
Oh hell!
My phone was being stupid last night when I was sending these to you. Like at first it didn't send, and then it deleted the whole freaking email. Then I had to go back around, try to resend it. I had to resend it twice because it was too big. This is the finals. Logan and Preston decided to bring Memo out of the retirement home this weekend.
If you notice right there, big ass wheelie, right turn.
Yep.
Even bigger wheelie. Straightens it out and drives down the fucking thing like it ain't nothing. Yeah, Memo's a bad motherfucker. But those next guys, man, all those next guys are badasses. Preston's, Logan, I mean, hard to beat no matter where they're at. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't think I've seen that car out this year.
No, it's first time. It's first time this year. I haven't seen it since we were at Windy Hollow for one of Matt Rice's race. Remember that? You were there.
Yeah. It was at Black Friday and something else, but I think that's about it. They haven't had it out much. I mean, they were running it pretty heavy when they were rebuilding Frank, but yeah. Now that Frank's back in action, poor Mama's just back in the corner. But listen, pull her out of the corner and goes to the finals. It's a badass piece for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, if you don't know that car, you fixing to get fucked up probably. Keep it real. And Logan, man, one of the nicest guys, and that car's a monster.
I think he would have I think he would have at least went to the finals Friday night on the street because his passes were probably some of the fastest passes I've seen anybody make on that road in small tire that night. It was clean as could be, straight as could be, like was never out of shape at any point. I mean, it was too smooth. That's the fun. It's funny to say that, but it was fast.
No, those boys do a lot more testing than a lot of people know. I mean, Preston's are at they're at one of them tracks down there near them 2, 3, 4 times a week testing, and they do a lot of testing on the street. I mean, they're about that life. Yes, Patrick Sparkman, Trashy. I'm a diehard fan of Trashy.
Mm-hmm. He was
that
until
thing is a monster.
Yep, it sucked. Freaking went into the quarterfinals. Days burnout and broke.
Yeah, Patrick's one of the nicest dudes you ever meet, and Trashy is, man. Trashy performs streets, freaking track. That thing just rolls out. It's a gangster for sure. I agree.
Yep, I'd like to have seen his race if he hadn't broke. It sucks, but I mean, what are you gonna do? It is what it is.
Yeah, I missed that. I still haven't had a chance to go back and watch the live feed. I'll be honest, it was getting late and there was no action happening. It was like the first 3 or 4 passes were painstakingly long.
Mm-hmm.
Them going down, coming back, like the breaks in between the action just didn't keep me interested, which, you know. Listen to this guy. See, listen, I know better, but go ahead and tell somebody that story. I mean, you probably did just start testing it, but come on, y'all got that data. it ain't like you know, just pull the old dance shoes out of the closet. Just because you ain't warm in a while don't mean it take much wiggle to get your ass back in motion, obviously. But congratulations, buddy. It's been a where are we at here? Let me pull this up more. What in the hell kind of pictures did you take? Holy
What are you talking about?
They got the one thing I do appreciate about y'all too is it's a team. You know, they're always about the team. So I'm glad you got to let your get your dancing shoes on. You and the car did great. Congratulations, buddy. You earned it. Oh, was you telling them in advance? So it was a good time. I enjoyed watching it on the live feed. Wish I could have been there, but I'm trying to get in the lane with these killers myself, man. And over here just banging on this junk. Living the good life with that prize money. Win the show and go blow the dough.
He said they were going to get on a plane in like a few hours and go south. I'm like, well, that must be nice.
Well, hey, enjoy it, man. It's well earned, for sure. Yeah. I know this. You know how some people are like, oh man, I don't even know nothing about this thing. We haven't even looked at it in forever, and the next thing you know, in the finals.
That's the first time I'd ever seen that car was at Wendy Hall. I was like, what is this thing? And that's like before like And that's for like I knew those guys at all, because obviously we had never ventured to Kentucky before. And I was like, what the heck is this thing? And I was like, I see him make a pass, and I was like, huh.
Well, Jason, it's funny that you ask. Because about that, we got this man right here to tell us about that. What happened
This guy.
on the Dega.
This guy.
Gas sperm.
What's going on, guys?
What up?
What's up, brother?
Oh, I've been working on Victor's car. Brandon Sullivan's old roller that we put another LS turbo in.
Hell yeah. That's a good car.
Yeah. Should be ready tomorrow.
Really? Can I just
Yeah.
drop the blazer off for 2 or 3 days?
We tried putting the big block in Little Cousin last night, and it needs a different pan and some spacers on the K member.
Yeah, I saw that picture.
That thing's going to be tough, man. That thing, all steel, all glass, stock dash, carpet, power windows, radiator, alternator. No more excuses. They can't call me a pro mod after we win.
Hell yeah. What's
With a
up,
hell of a
Rob?
motor. We're going to try that Sherm Baker Life with a aluminum 540 Aries block with like a Visner intake on it. And it's going to be sweet, man. We just had all the body redone. It'll probably be like SEMA style when we're done. I tried telling them that, like, my crew's sloppy, dog. They'll come running up, trip, fall, pour prep all down the side of your car. It, like, should be yakety sax playing. So I hope he knows that we're probably going to have it roughed up pretty quick, but it'll look sweet that first time we pull it out.
Hell yeah. So tell us about Onondaga.
We'll start on the street. We did some street Friday night while you guys were streeting at a bigger event. Ours was illegal, but the cops where we do it are really, really cool. They came in twice. They came in the first time and told us go find somewhere else to hang out for an hour. And then after that, we went back and they came in one more time, but they just wanted to see the cars pretty much. And then they left.
I like those kind of police officers.
Yeah, we had about 12 cars, and Mo, I'm not going to butcher his last name, but Mo ended up winning it. One of those street outlaws. You'll find out it's a street outlaw next year in the small tire thing. He's a great dude. Works hard. He's in the streets nonstop. Like that dude, if I call him right now, he'll race. Like wherever, he'll load it up. If there isn't rain, he's there. He did really good. Corey Malone had his car out there. He made some really good rips, but ended up blowing up, like coming through the trap on a really good run. Yeah, it's super sad. Just got it out. Parts are so hard to get. Ask me how I know. And yeah, that sucks. But it was pretty good. We were only out till like 3 or 4. Had to get up early for Onondaga, about like you guys. Oh, I do want to say Mo has maybe like one of the best names ever for his car. Taliban's. I thought that was sweet because he's super Arab and loves being Arab. And shocking fact. So this is a funny story that'll bore everyone. When I was like, I don't know, I was probably like 19 or 20 years old. I used to roof houses and I was on the roof all year. Well, I tan extremely well. So I was extremely dark, and I went into this gas station with my buddy Tony or whatever, and was buying some cigarettes, and I whipped my ID out, and the guy looks at my ID, and he's like, I can't sell you these. And I'm like, what the fuck you mean you can't sell them to me? And he's like, well, you're Arab. And I was like, and the guy on this ID is white, and he like holds it up to me, and I'm like, looked back at Tony, and he's just laughing his ass off like, what? And I'm like, dude, I ain't Arab. I'm white, you know, like, what's up? And he wouldn't sell them to me. So Tony just grabbed him for me and we left. And I was like bitching about him all the way home. Well, my mom's adopted. So like 2 years ago, 2 years ago, she did like that ancestry.com and ended up finding out who her mom was. And come to find out, I'm like 35% Arab. So the fucking gas station guy was right. Like that son of a bitch knew. But either way, Mo loves his Arabness too, and that's why he calls the car that. We always make fun of each other that he makes fun of my gold lug nuts, and I always tell him he needs more gold on the car. But he won the street that night. So then everyone woke up and we went to Onondaga. And when we usually bring Limpy up here, especially like after that War in the Woods weekend that you two know was just one hell of a weekend to recover from. It was really cool because the event wasn't big and it wasn't rushed and it was super chill and the weather was great. And we ended up doing it a little different. We moved the starting line up to the asphalt, which I like crossed my fingers that it would slow it down enough so they could stop. So like the shutdown was probably similar to Brown County, but you were probably like 3-4 tenths off of Brown County. So it ended up working out pretty good. Everyone got stopped and it slowed it down like I wanted it to. Because I made them do their burnout way back where you normally do it. So unless you wanted to do a 250, 300-foot burnout or a Jasper Big Tire first round War in the Woods burnout, you weren't making it anywhere near the starting line. Like you weren't even getting close. So I felt like it kept it a little cooler, just kept everyone slowed down a little bit. Because like our last time at Onondaga, we haven't been scraping or anything. And it ain't Cincy street nights fast, but it was definitely getting to like too fast for my opinion. So what I think happens, at least around Michigan, is the car count will drop right out if your race is too fast. So what happens is like, you know, obviously cars like mine that can make 2,000 horse and Everett's and Sherm Bakers that can make 3,000 and all of us don't care. The faster you make it, it just, you know, the other people that can't go that fast, it just makes it way easier for us till we run into, you know, one of the faster guys. But what it does is those guys get half tracked on one of their best runs. They don't usually want to come donate money again. So the more you can slow it down, I feel like right now, the more you can get car count, minus doing the really big events that all of us show up to, like this weekend at Battle at the Berg. Like if you're promoting an event like that or War in the Woods or, you know, Uncaged or some of the US 42 events and stuff like that, you're going to get a ton of people. But like on a regular old event like that, you got to try to have a slower track or otherwise the locals catch on quick to how fast it is. See, Patrick knows what's up. And you just got to slow it down some. And that's another thing, like my warning to everyone next year that who knows, I'm stupid and I get everything wrong. So don't listen to me, but I don't really think there's slow tracks anymore. You got like US 41 that's a legit slow track and you've got like Mentone Airport, but even like Dig or Die the last time, you know what I mean? Like it's speeding up. So either you're going to get good at medium to fast surfaces or you're probably going to get dusted up because the days of finding that back of the track 6.0s wins it, they're gone, man. Everyone's using these up and they build rubber quick and they start rolling. I just think that the trend is going to be figuring out how to go faster on better surfaces. I mean, even Myland is an example, is flying, like absolutely flying. 1 year ago, like half a second to 3/4 of a second would win that race. And that's not the case. Like you better be able to run a pretty respectable number or you're not winning it. So hopefully people find a way to either slow them down or everyone figures out how to go real fast. So,
well, I think everybody needs to figure out how to go real fast.
I kind of think so too. And don't get me wrong, like if Capizzi's out there with a stock block going 423s, it's capable. If the surfaces are going to get better, we can probably change how the car's set up and go faster, even with our, you know, the people that have like stock block LSs, like Logan Duvall and the Prestons and them all run stock blocks that they put their little trick on. I mean, there's some of the best in the business, like Capizzi, at making stuff like that hold up. We were some of the worst. We like went through 6 or 7 motors. I actually at English Mountain, like where we blew up against Billy, the first person on my phone, I think the first person to message me before I even got to my trailer was Isaac Preston. And he's like, how about you bring that car down here and let me build you a motor for it real quick that'll last? And I was like, we're working on it. We got a dart block. You know, I'd already had a dart block being built. Otherwise, I'd have took him up on that in a second. Like those guys kill it. Like their whole team, love them or hate them, they're fast as fuck, man. They just fly everywhere they go. They do it in different levels too, you know, like they got a radio versus the world car that's competitive in Pro 275 and then turn around and end up on a street that no one's been down. Yeah, they fly. Nothing but respect for those guys. And there were a lot of fast cars there. Like Schoolboy has definitely stepped his game up. The modifications he's made to the car and waited for were definitely worth it. Like it's on another level. Don't get me wrong, he was fast everywhere he went since I remember him being around, and he's a super good buddy, but it's stepped it up some. Like the last couple times I seen it, that car's working. Like I think Phil raced him in the final at Milan, and he was in the rougher lane. The lane ended up coming around towards the end, I feel like a little more. So it kind of evened him out a little bit, but Schoolboy still made a lick down that lane that, if I'm being honest, I don't know if I could have unloaded my car out of the trailer because I'd already got dusted by someone and made the same pass. You know, like I was super impressed. So he's flying. It was pretty impressive to see Mork fly in a rental. That was pretty cool. But back to the race that I trailed off of with 6 stories. You guys gotta stop me. I can't believe you just let me free range talk because I just won't shut up. Now you know why I smoke so much weed, or I'd be even worse. So we ended up.
We'll sidebar for just a second because Cody says if everyone goes fast, how do we reel tracks back to slower times, or is it possible?
So what?
I don't
what
think,
someone has told me
here,
is
let me
that,
go for a second,
okay.
Jasper. I don't think we need to make tracks slower. I think people need to stop crying and complaining and make their cars faster. If I've been building my shit for 5 years, I can say that.
Yeah, for a reason, because you didn't want to bring it out and be forced to run it 2 tracks a year or whatever. But I will say that some people have contacted me and claim if you go rent one of those power washers that runs on its own diesel motor, the kind that you can like hold your hand up and just cut it off with, that you can spray that rubber back off and almost get it back to bare. But you got to be careful because if the asphalt's really rough, it can fuck the asphalt up too. You know what I mean? Like it'll pull that up with it. So at a couple places you might be able to do that. At most you probably can't.
You could probably do what you call it, like a hot seat steamer.
Yeah.
To help steam it and get the stuff up from underneath, but not destroy the asphalt.
But I'm with you, man. Just figure it out as we go. I mean, that's all we've did for 3 years is get faster. 3 years ago, if you could run a 620 at most of these tracks, you were like in the game. Now that like, if I go to a virgin street, you better be running a hell of a lot faster than that, like on some raggedy ass chip seal. So technology and strategy and everything's changed.
But there's a lot of people out there. Okay. Jeremy Anderson, for instance, he's a low budget dude, stock block, doesn't have $1 million in his car, and he's out there flying with hitters.
Yeah, because he's a super smart dude.
He busts his ass. He asks lots of questions. He talks to lots of smart people who do well. He is a smart dude, but he also educates himself with surrounds himself with smart people who help him out and feed him knowledge and help him get better. I mean, there's a lot more to it than just parts, because I guarantee you Jeremy doesn't have a ton of money in that car. I probably could guess how much he has in that thing total, and you'd be surprised. But work. We all got plenty of sweat equity into us. And,
Yeah, I mean, a prime example is my car. I mean, in all honesty, there's probably $80,000 fucking dollars into that thing. It's a double frame rail, removable floor, Marty everything, a huge or a Capizzi transmission, bolt together. Like, dude, there's $1 million into my car, an FT600 and everything else. And dude, I can't count how many times I've been gapped by someone's shitbox. I mean, we ain't scared to lose and we'll race anyone. And that's how it happens because I'm my own worst enemy behind a laptop. But when your car won't go A to B, it's a lot harder for you than your car that always goes A to B and you just let off the button and put everything in it. So, like, Jeremy Anderson's just doing really good. And he's a really smart dude, like you said. And he talks to a lot of people and asks a lot of questions. And he's got a really good attitude. And yeah, I'm a big Jeremy Anderson fan. We were supposed to run first round War in the Woods. I was kind of bummed. And then, like, even the same deal at Trails. That was the first time I ever met him, heard of him, or anything. And, like, when we drew him, my crew came up to me and was straight up like, I believe that guy is making the fastest passes here. Like, that was their advice to me is you make sure you got a tune in it because this dude's rolling.
Yeah.
And
That was his first event of really rolling like that. He's struggled for a couple years. He's always been, a one rounder. But now he's going, 2 and 3 and 4 rounds. The car's flying.
Okay.
And Adam being green, everybody is. I guarantee you just you'll hang out with people. People like Jasper, freaking open books, I find. Most people are,
I'm not usually shy.
I mean, everybody has tiny little secrets or whatever they're not going to talk about. And you will too at some point. But most everybody will get you through the basics and help you out. And most everybody will talk to you.
So back to this race. So we started out, it was a great day. I'm super loose on how I run these things for Woody, like more like the Mac guys at the Big M Bangers. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't a stickler. If there's no smoke on your tires and you want to do another burnout and back up real quick and you're not going to take a ton of time, like, do what you got to do. It's more of a racer's race. We get there, we kind of decide things. Like, there was no G-body class, but there ended up being 8 G-bodies there. So they were like, can we do one? Hell yeah. In the buyback race, we went all the way to the second round of True Street, small tire, and G-body and let anyone who wanted buy back in because they were all on 28s or smaller. So it was, at least fair. And then it ended up getting the pot up a little bigger, for the second chance guys because it was like a bummer. Victor Smith came all the way up and he's a super bad dude. And I was super curious to see, like how he did there. And first run up, man, he had a line loose and leaked a bunch of oil. So we had to push him back, and then he had to jump in the buyback race. So he ended up winning it. So congratulations to him over Ronnie Compton Jr. And it was just pretty cool that, you could still make a decent little bit of money for the weekend, even though, he was in the buyback race. Rather than have 4 cars, we ended up having like 12. So small tire was only 15, but Phil and Everett ended up winning that. They went through, Zach Sherman was in it from the finals of War in the Woods. And they ended up getting him in like the 3rd round. That was probably one of the best races of the day, man. They were right there. And they ended up winning it, which was really cool because they, as most people, anyone who's followed them know, they have had some of the worst luck I've ever seen ever, with a car that kept showing up. Like, that's some bad luck. Like last weekend at War in the Woods, it needed a little bit of rear steer and it was dead hooking the tire and it was really hard to get wheel speed with it because it needed so much boot. There's a whole mess of things of why, but it was real hard to get wheel speed. So it was going really right. And they made a few adjustments and got it going straight and got to test it earlier in the week, which is a bonus, and ended up paying off. They did really good and won small tire. And then Billy won G-body, and then a kid, Trevor. God, I feel bad because I can't remember his last name. I just know him as Trevor. But Trevor won the True Street class. And our true street class we try to do just for this area is why is I try to let like ET streets, like any DOT tire can be a slick or whatever, but it has to be DOT. So like a QuickTime Pro or something similar to that, or a radial, whatever you want. You got to do a little cruise so it keeps crap like mine out, or someone trying to really puppy kick. And we end up usually having a lot of cars for that just because every cruising dude has tires like that and shows up. And they don't have to run like my pro mod, I guess, that everyone calls it. So it's pretty cool.
I like if time allows, I like that buyback race starting from the second round.
And let everyone in.
Yeah, let the first and second round losers in on the buyback, or on the second chance race rather.
Yeah, it usually makes it really interesting. You get a lot more better races and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Jeremy said you guys can be pro mods together.
Exactly. See, Jeremy, that's what's cool about Jeremy is he's not scared to lose. And that's why he's where he's at now. Is he went to all those races and didn't care, whether he was the fastest or not, and got it figured out. I mean, I don't think I've ever went to a race ever that I've ran all my power. I mean, straight up, like not even close. Like I've never turned it up to what I would if I had radials and was on a sticky track and was separating real hard and the front slam down. We would run. Josh is probably a pro mod. Like Josh is more pro mod than mine.
You spelled jack stands wrong. Bro mods. I like that. I still got stock floor, man.
I don't, but I still have the back parts not caged like yours. Like yours is bars all the way to the bumper, right?
I got stock frame rail all the way back.
Okay.
No, actually,
I do have stock frame rail all the way back.
No, my bars go just to the top of the shock mount. I figured that's probably where all the action is going to happen back there, all the stress and everything. So I just took my bars down there. I just hillbillied a bunch of shit, man.
I like the Tin Soldiers stuff that you put on around the windows. Like that's
love those. I love those things.
That's pretty cool.
What the tin work I am doing in the back section, I'm doing that all around there too. I'll have some cool videos and pictures of that before too much longer. So
that's cool.
I've been to where it rolls around the wheel tubs and goes all the way around the body lines. Took a while, and it took fucking up quite a bit of those rails to learn how to do that, but I got a pretty decent handle on it now. I like it. I like that product, and it's cheap. I mean, they're like $14 and $18 for the lightweight ones. It's cheap to do to make your project a lot nicer.
Yeah, it looks sweet. In a million uses.
A million, yeah. So let's see here. I gotta upload this video now that Bill sent me for the finals. So what's the next? This week, Friday is, I know Adam was going to try to come on, but he couldn't make it, but the Big End Banger Friday. He wanted me to let everybody know.
The last one, too.
Mm-hmm.
The last one.
I really wish I had something going because that race is just way too much fun.
Gates open at 4, first round at 6:30. RPM transmission putting 500 on top of small tire pot. We need some big tire cars, mofos. So big tire mofos, get your ass to the banger.
That'd be cool. They don't travel that well unless it's like something huge. Onadega's doing on October 22nd a $10,000 guaranteed race. Turn and Burn will be there, and they're going to be giving a bunch of product away and T-shirts, which will be pretty cool. The one thing it's not my deal. I help with it. So I understand that a 10,000 guaranteed, if enough cars shows up, is absolutely pointless, but that's the way they're doing it. So either way, I guess it's 10,000 guaranteed or more. If 5 cars show up, it's still 10,000 guaranteed. But if more than that show up, the rest gets added to the pot. So
Is that just small tire?
Yep. And then there's hard tire and True Street again. I can't get big tire cars to show up. The last 2 that we've done there, we advertised big tire and not only one showed up out of the 2 events. And I don't even blame them. I understand that, like, if it's not a lot of money, it's hard to bring out a car that costs you, $700 to make 4 hits. I get it, but it's hard. If they have enough interest and they contact me, I'd gladly add big tire to it.
20, 30 or bust. I know. The thing, my problem is just nobody in Central Ohio. I live just outside of Columbus, so nobody will travel 20 minutes to come help me.
So no one wants to come eat roosters? That's sad.
Bro, listen, these motherfuckers around here
You,
are so lame.
you can eat roosters,
I'm sure I'll
right?
hear some crying about it. Oh, yeah.
You can get like those grilled chicken strips.
I had hot wings for dinner tonight. I just can't have breading
That
on
place
them.
is so good.
Yeah.
If I lived closer, I would help you, but
you can bring it up here. We'll finish it in a week.
Ashton came up and helped once.
What up?
Yeah, well, I'm really close, actually. I'm really, really close. The other thing is I just stopped and got out of the thrash it together mode, and everything so meticulously done now. It's kind of ridiculously overbuilt, but whatever. I just want to have fun, but I'm building everything to be modular, so I can unplug 4 or 5 harnesses and take the motor out. Same thing with transmission, or
we do it real close to that, like with Deutsch connectors and some of the round plugs at the firewall and different things.
Yeah,
it makes it so much easier and so much better.
But it takes so much time.
Yep.
Come on, bro. I got a spare room. You're welcome to it. I'll give you a key and come on down. Ain't no thing. If we had to bring, shit, we got a spare room and we got an apartment out back. So it's whatever. If you want to stay longer.
Everett, don't smoke. You'll be great.
Buddy, wake up. You can't even remember to put the CO2 on. How you going to remember to beat
I was
me?
going to say, man. Watching that live feed, seeing him comment like that, I was like, God dang, like Trashy let out of it for 2 seconds and then drove around him. I was like, God damn. I was hoping something went wrong because otherwise I was never going to let him hear the end of it for the rest of his life. I was going to be like, yeah, but that one time Trashy, like.
Oh, you're going to need it. You better get it in this year because once the big motor goes in it, no chance.
That's a bummer too because Sherm's truck's been flying, man. I really like sitting here. We were kind of like
watching the live feed, bro. I was
like we were rooting for Sherm.
Yeah,
because he's been flying lately.
Watching the live feed, man, I was like, damn, he's in there, man.
He got those Lutz boys helping him out now. And boy, Kenny got that thing zooming.
Oh, yeah. Kenny ain't afraid to hit the up arrow for sure. Yeah, it's cool, man. Listen, don't spend money on a hotel, brother. Fuck that. You can stay right here for free. Well,
For Samuel, I can see the YouTube comments. They're dogging you, Josh.
what's
Claiming
that?
you're not seeing the YouTube comments.
No, I'm just ignoring him. That's all.
What up, Big Matt?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Oh, not stopping talking, just talking over and over again.
So we got the finals here for Onondaga.
DRS.
Ooh, getting a little slippy there. What was that? Was that a sponsor plug I heard on this video?
Yeah, that's TRS.
That was a nice race.
Diamond was rolling too, so Diamond and the Firebird's been doing a lot of wheelies lately, actually all year. Let me just state every pass. Like not one pass. He like wheelies, breaks the shocks. Wheelies, breaks the shocks. He ended up like having Jeff put a little more custom valving in it than he normally would. And dude, they worked amazing. Like now that he can actually start figuring out tunes without worrying about standing the bumper, hopefully he's going to have that car rolling too. I mean, it was doing great that day. I just feel like he was trying to step up on it rather than take big swings. And I can't blame him, but getting worried it would wheelie, but they were holding tight.
Yeah, no, that was beautiful compared to PYOP.
Yeah.
I mean, still, where's that at? If I can remember which video that was now. I still have it here. But car flies.
This butt can't burn or nothing. Fucking trying to claim sick like we give a fuck about it.
Yeah, but I'm coughing balls off.
I'll still burn with you right now.
But
If
I
you want.
don't have COVID.
You got COVID?
I tested it. Negative. Negative. Unreal.
Well, then fucking burn down with us. Don't be a fucking
Well, I
pussy.
can't smoke, bro.
Oh, okay, I'm with you.
Hurt like a motherfucker.
You're geriatric.
I would definitely smoke if it didn't bother you, but I can't.
Which hat?
My nose hurt like a motherfucker.
You didn't start yesterday?
What's that?
Started yesterday?
No bullet for me, man.
Oh, okay.
I just started feeling
I just get the old military haircut because I'm lazy about my hair.
Bro.
You ain't rocking that David Briggs?
Terrible.
No. Look, my shit. Look how long it is now.
That sucks.
I've been in the lab, man. I haven't even been going to get my hair cut. So what else this weekend is back end banger or the big end banger on Friday. Then Saturday is
having an asthma attack.
Turkey bash, right?
But not yet.
Turkey Bash and something else in there.
The rewind.
Oh, there's Lapeer. There's like a big no prep at Lapeer that's got like 40 cars, 50 cars or something already locked in.
Oh, damn.
UCM, I think, is throwing it.
Hey, I only had 48. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Dragway 42 has the rewind back of the track race.
Yep.
What's the details?
Number 2, evidently.
Where the fuck is that?
Actually, let's start with Friday. Let's go back to Friday.
No, we don't got to talk about roll racing.
Yes, we do. So
Happy birthday, Brittany.
Hey, happy birthday, Brittany.
Saturday.
That's your bracket champion right there, too.
Yep.
Killing it.
Yep. US 60.
What's that dad will not leave me alone, bro. I just fucking.
I don't know what to do with it.
I can't smoke.
Are you done talking about
I'm like, put on a fucking joint.
roll racing?
no.
Man, no.
So anyhow, what were we saying,
He
Jasper?
wants to use the fucking. He wants to use that seahorse.
All right, man. Go ahead, tell them about your damn roll racing while I look at
Like
for
it's something like a straw, but
Diamond's.
I'm trying to tell him, I'm like,
Pass.
I will tell you about my damn roll racing. So this is the last roll race event of the year for us.
That's the
People
funny-
asked us to do it, so we did it. You know, first one was decent, but it could be a little bit better. You know, this is the last chance. Either you make out for it and you come out for it, or we just ain't gonna do it again.
Last time I'm playing with
It's
the
not
game.
worth the track's time. It's not worth our time.
How many cars you guys have last time
We had 50 cars.
for roll racing?
Yep,
That's a pretty good turnout.
it's decent, but it could be better. It could be better. It could be better. People wanted it. That's why we did it.
Yeah,
Look, roll race guys.
Get him off
Free
my
docking
ass.
with every
He's
entry.
moving the fucking floor. And I'm like,
Wait till he sees the price of
I
it
can only help so much.
Yeah.
But, you know,
So anyway, gates open at 4:00. Shit, fuck that. Gates open at 4. Qualifying will start at 6. 6:00, first pair of cars can go down, make qualifying runs. You get 2 runs per qualifier. 8:00 will be the driver's meeting, right in the end of the staging lanes. And that's where they'll put you into classes depending on who qualified what. So basically, they'll have a master sheet of every car that made a pass, and we'll develop classes beyond that. It'll usually be about 10-mile-an-hour increments. If you go 1 mile an hour over what you were signed up in a class with, obviously you'll be eliminated. But 8:30, we plan on having first pair of cars go down the track. Each class is $100 buy-in plus the tech card fee, which is $30.
Wicked, though.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like
Basic rules is it must be working headlights, taillights, must have factory frame rails, no race cars, no pro mods, any transmissions permitted. Track will be teching the cars. They will make the call on any cars that they don't see safe to be able to run at a certain mile an hour speed. But interior wise must be a factory. Appearing interior, aftermarket dashes are okay, except for it must maintain the factory shape. Seat deletes are okay. Must wear a helmet. Must wear shoes, actual shoes, not sandals, which I think it's gonna be chilly enough. You think you're going to be wearing shoes and long pants. Any car that
We're
traps over
talking about
once.
roll racers here.
I know. Any car that traps over 165 does need a 5-point harness. Basic rules are cross center lose. 40 mile an hour set start speed. Left lane will always set pace. You'll get 2 opportunities. If it's not a clean race, and you're trying to hand behind, you know, you get one more opportunity. Last opportunity happens, you don't get it. That's it. Race will end at the quarter-mile mark. Win lights will show depending on the winner, and it'll be an 80-20 split of all the classes. So that's Friday night at Dragway 42, West Salem, Ohio. Let me get the info up here for Saturday. Let's find it here. There it is. So then Saturday is the last rewind event of the year for us at Dragway 42, where we start at the finish line and go into the shutdown. It is on Saturday, October 8th. Gates will open at 1:00 p.m. Drivers meetings at 6 on the dot. 6:00 on the dot. You have to be signed up. You have to be there at the driver's meeting. This, that, and the other. We're not waiting on you. Simple as that. Either be there on time or you're not racing at the end of the day. First round will be at 7:00. Spectator fees $20. Kids 10 and under are free.
Because Grubauer was like,
Test and tunes, $25 tech card.
I'm sick.
We got small tire class, $100 buy-in plus tech card fee.
Who the fuck is
Pretty simple. It's our same rules that we do every year. 20, 10, 5 non-W or smaller. No bars. Factory roof and quarters. No all-wheel drive. Big tire class is a 150 buy-in plus tech card. It has to be bigger than 28, 10, 5. And just have working doors. That's it for that class. Hard tire class is a $50 buy-in plus tech card fee. Must be a 200 tread wear minimum. Any size wheel, as long as the outside dimensions do not exceed 28 by 11. And just basic rules. Got to have factor glass. Only aftermarket body panel on the car should be the hood. Factory seat belts, pretty much factory interior almost. You know, this is not meant for full-blown race cars, no 2 chassis cars or anything like that. 6-shift class is $100 buy-in plus tech card fee. H pattern shift, must have doors and a full body, doors, roof, everything. As far as all the body panels must be intact. And everything's 8th mile. It's a pour on prep, no water. I'm flagging Saturday, and I'm also flagging Friday at the Banger, so it'll be a little bit of a workout for me all weekend. There is already $200 on top of the pot for hard tire already for that race. Thanks to Big 3 Racing for donating to that. If anybody wants to donate to any of the classes or anything like that, hit me up directly. And see if I can get something together for like the small tire class and the rest of the classes we have. So that will be for Saturday. And let me pull up the information here for Sunday. This is going to test my patience for the last 3 weekends of traveling. So Sunday is Digapalooza, which is the Big 3 Racing track rental. They do it every year. Happens at Dragway 42. Just started doing Dragway 42 in the last couple of years. It's basically a big slick and radial tire prepped event. It's a big track rental at the end of the day. So no normal tire cars. You have to be on a slick or it has to be on a radial or you're not racing. Simple as that. So because they want the track perfect all day long because there's going to be a lot of fast cars there. And they are all out to set their good personal best because the weather's going to be absolutely prime for horsepower that day. So that's on Sunday, October 9th, Dragway 42. Spectators are $15 a person. It's a $75 tech card fee at the gate, which covers the rental, and that accumulates all day. You're going to pass this all day long, have the best prep you can get. Gates open till 10, and testing will begin at noon, and it'll go till 6 o'clock p.m. We're going to do a couple classes like we always do every year. Small tire class. It's basically needs stock frame rails from the strut tower to the rear end. Tube end, front end's fine. Any trans engine combo's fine. 2-wheel drive only. Must be on a slick or radial tire to compete. It's a $50 buy-in, 100% payout, and Big 3 Racing's throwing $200 on top of the pot for small tire. Big tire class is anything bigger than 28, 10, 50. Must have doors, must be on a slick or radial tire, as I said. It's a $50 buy-in, 100% payout. Big 3 is throwing $200 on top of the big tire class for big tire class. Yes. We're gonna do a bike class. Again, any bikes that show up, basically no wheelie bars, and it's quarter mile. And safety gear is mandatory. You need to be in a full leather suit to be able to do this. It's a $50 buy-in, 100% payout. And then the guys that run the 3-pedal throwdown up in Michigan are doing a stick shift class. And they're going to have 2 classes. The street class will be a 950 and slower class. It's an outlaw run what you brung class. It must be an H pattern. It must have a functioning clutch. It must be no wheelie bars. Must be on a slicker radial tire. It's $100 buy-in, 100% payout. Tom, one of the guys from Michigan, is handling that, and he will have the racer sign up for that at his tent, which will be right by us. And so he's going to have a 950 and slower class, and he's going to have an outlaw class. So those are the two classes you can choose in the stick shift class. Rules are simple. They're allowing test hits before class racing starts. So if you get there and need to do some testing and stuff beforehand, you're more than welcome. Before we do driver's meeting and the rules for everything. 400's pro tree. It's cross you lose, jump you lose. 7-second timer on the tree. And chip draw for all the classes. Will be held by us other than the stick shift classes. So, and I know Big Three will probably have some prizes and stuff they'll give away to the class winners too, on top of the money, on top of the pots as well. They usually do it every year. They do gift certificates to different companies and stuff. So that's Sunday. So we got roll racing Friday, no prep Saturday, and radial racing Sunday. It's gonna be a busy weekend.
Oh yeah. Jasper, where are you guys racing this weekend?
I'm gonna be racing Graydon versus Cora in the driveway, and then I'll also make Noah race those two and shoot photos of it while we do it. Maybe a golf cart race, but yeah, I've been gone, as you know, Josh, almost 3 weeks, a month since March. So the wife is going with her friends up to Traverse City. Unlike most of you think from Bob Rice's live feed and the announcer at War in the Woods, I actually am not single. I know those poses I laid out for Josh Duncan would lead people to believe otherwise, but she's going up north to have fun with her friends, and that's awesome. So I'm going to probably have my butt at home hanging out with those kiddos, and probably what my plan is to grab them and I want to shoot a bunch of photos of him. So each time she asks, because it's like her first time leaving the baby, what he's up to, I'm going to Photoshop him, jumping off the chicken coop and sitting on the roof and all sorts of cool things, just so that way she's panicking every time she asks how the kids are doing.
Absolutely perfect.
We'll have him
Wrenching on the
holding
car.
up the car on we'll take the jack out of it and make it look like he's just holding it up.
Driving the car, popping a wheelie out front.
Yeah. Him on the golf cart solo. Just cruising it with the speed streaks, so it looks like he's doing 80.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty much the plan.
That's a damn good plan, man.
That, and hopefully Bob Rice is somewhere with a live feed, because that shit changed the game, my man. The replays, sitting at home watching the replays, so you anything you missed, you catch up on instead of watching people just pace the track. Dude, that dude's a gangster, dude. Gangster. That was so dope. Jacob's here right now. We watched it all weekend and was just dude, this is unreal. This is so much better than anything I've ever seen. He's got the starting line, the finish line, which, Limpy kind of started with that, and that was awesome. The start to finish is awesome, but him being able to replay the rounds, to me, was a huge game changer. That was impressive, man. We loved it. It made us not want to turn it off and watch How I Met Your Mother or Scrubs or The Office or Parks and Rec. We just chose to keep watching the racing. It was pretty cool. And there was amazing racing down there. In all honesty, I know we threw an event, and like I said, I like it to be kind of chill, especially in the situation we were in where right after War in the Woods, that man had stood from 4 p.m. till 5 a.m. So it was probably nice to just stand, very limited times and have a chill day. But Battle at the Berg was dope. There were killers down there. If my car was still rolling, we would have been there. If we had this other one, if we had Jeff's car done right now, we would have been there. But yeah, we're down and out for a minute. We got a Ryan Mueller. Ryan Mueller wrote me and asked a lot of questions about the crank and said he'd give us a little bit of a deal on one. I mean, that's such a nice dude. Like, I don't know him at all. He didn't build the motor. Another guy built it. He just randomly hit me up and was like, man, I got all these questions because I sell a lot of those. And we kind of think we figured out what's going on. And it had nothing to do, with the engine builder or whatever. It just was like a bad deal or whatever. It looks like I might have got it hot one time, which I'm sure I did because we run no water or nothing. And I don't know, I'm dumb. So I'm sure I got it hot one time or something. And it's probably what caused the start of it. And then it had a lot of passes on it. But yeah, he offered to help us out a little bit. He's got a crank. So I got to get the part numbers off it, quit being a lazy slouch, and send him all the info real quick. Get a crank coming. We got to line hone it. It looks like when we were at the track, I took my car anyways because the Turn and Burn sponsors wanted to shoot some photos and give everybody free shirts, which was way cool. So we took the car anyways to do some photos with it and stuff. And when we were pulling out a box that we had loaded up from Jeff's that had all these parts in it, we noticed one of the push rods is all mushroomed down. So we definitely have like another problem too. So at this point, I'm just going to shred the whole thing, make sure everything's good, and we'll be ready for next year with a fresh bullet. And we'll just have fun with Jeff's car for a little bit. We'll probably close out the year with Jeff's car if we can get it done. And we might even start the next year with it for a second. We kind of got lucky and got a little advice from some people. So I feel really, really good about this big block and what we're going to be able to do with it when it comes out. So should be real fun. But other than that, yeah, the LL Spool J is going to sit for a minute. So I think me and Jacob, because we went and took that class on rapping and stuff, we're gonna try to come up with a real crazy rap for it for next year, so that way it looks extremely unique. And
Spit a few bars real quick.
I ain't got no bars.
Motherfucker, you just said you took a class
On rapping cars, man. I wish I could rap like the old Slim Shady, dog.
Well, you said LL Spool J and rapping class.
If
I was
you
like,
want to
fuck it, I
give
want to
me
hear
some of
something.
that, if you want to give me some of the moonshine you probably picked up in Kentucky, let me get halfway through it, dude. I'll spit a whole line of bars, but there's going to be a lot of small tire racers mad because I'm going to dog a ton of them Eminem style, and I'm going to be in all sorts of trouble. They ain't going to like us anymore.
Next time I know I'm going to see you, I'm going to bring you some. I got plenty. I think I got about 10 jars here at the house. What up, Limpy? Oh, shit. What's that? See, everybody wants to hear it now.
The raps,
Let's
they
hear
want
them
those bars.
bars.
I'll tell you what, I'll write it. I'll try
I
to
wanna
write
hear
really-
it.
There was too much oil in that spot in the joint.
Ugh.
I'll try to write a sick rap, and next Monday I'll come on, and all I can promise is it'll top that Waffle House one Josh tried to make, even though like
Ugh.
he goes there
Listen.
and gets water.
Waffle
Only
or
water.
rapping. What I learned is rapping is actually very difficult because
It's
that was that I
extremely
picked,
difficult.
bro. I picked like a really simple song that I thought I could lip sync to pretty decently, and I still was lost. Like
You did really good. I'm saying
Oh.
you did really good. I don't know what everyone else said, but like
I edited
Whew.
very well.
I'll tell you what though, I do got the chain.
Hell yeah.
But I got a
Yeah,
Keiko too.
Spit that shit. Freestyle, bro. Don't be scared. I mean, hey.
Oh, I'll tell you what, man. The next one that asks, we're bringing them on and seeing what hot fire they spit.
So you took a class rapping vehicles.
Yeah, we were like wrapping up cars, not wrapping up bars.
Okay, so you can.
I ain't young Dolph.
You can come help me with the blazer then, or I'll bring it up there or something.
That's what Jacob just said. Tell Josh to let us wrap the blazer. There's
Deal.
some sweet wraps out there too, like some sweet ones. What we found out about wraps, though, that was pretty interesting that I didn't know to start is like, so let's say you got a car that's all painted up and it looks really nice, but like where they were putting the key in the trunk, they've been scratching it up, but the clear hides it. So when you look at it, it looks like it's good to go. You wrap over that and you see like you will see orange peel from the paint in the wrap.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, there's like a gram of fucking wax in this joint that they put in. It'll barely even burn, but every once in a while you end up with like straight wax and it just
What's up,
crushes
Devo?
your lungs. Limpy knows, man.
Oh, I'm sure he does. If he didn't, he does now. How many days was he up there with you guys?
2. Well, he's actually been up here, I think, probably like 5 days in the last like month because he came up for that first one. And yeah, it's rough. You came up one time too. Like the garage is, you got to open the doors.
It's like Cheech and Chong. It's like an old Cheech and Chong movie. They
It's
roll
pretty
down
bad.
the window for the cops. It's just a wall of smoke. Yeah.
We've had them stop over before, and they're kind of shocked. I mean, it's legal here, so there's nothing really we're doing wrong, but there's still like you can tell, like, God dang, like
they're like, just because it's legal don't mean it's that legal.
I'm lucky and got really cool neighbors. Like they're cool as hell. We don't ever start the cars after 9 o'clock or anything, and we try to be like super cool about that stuff. And we only make test hits on the road once in a while. And as long as I can keep Mark Mauser's fucking loud ass fucking ear breaking shit out of here, then my neighbors are pretty cool. But man, dude, like the last time Mark's car was here, we were trying to get it fired, and we finally got it fired, and he's wicking it off and he's getting ready to run it down the road. And I like looked back as he's pulling down the driveway, and 2 of the neighbors are like standing at their property edge with their hands on their hip. I was like, shit, he probably just knocked all their pictures down.
Oh shit, winning them minis.
God dang it, man. I can't win a waffle to save my life. Now I can destroy someone's car they won off a waffle, like Jeff Thomas's, but I can't win one.
Dude, he sent me that. I was so happy for him. You know how many cars I've bought fucking playing car waffles? I had to quit. I figured it up and I bought a car.
No, this is all honesty. Maynard helped me figure it out one night. I think I spent like, this is true story, like 8,600 something on waffles. And the only thing I've ever won is $150 once.
Ooh.
Like, how bad is that?
You gotta play and follow them. I'll tell you what, if you want to get better at it, Jeff is the fucking Jeff and John rest his soul, had the strategies down. And
I don't know. I think the deal with me is that like I have the coolest kids and family and friends ever. That like those people don't get to win twice. I ain't winning no waffles because I already got the coolest people around me. So I just stay away from gambling because I feel like I burn up all my karma on like all you guys and my race family and my friends at home and my family that kicks so much ass.
Did you hear that, honey? Jasper said you ain't cool because I've been winning these waffles like a motherfucker lately. Melina was,
I didn't mean
man.
it that way. It just kind of like came out that way.
Melina was, but I mean, also you really got to play like that. I just bought a shitload of spots in a row. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you gotta.
No, I was real dumb too. Like I would just randomly play one here and there. And I'd like buy 2 spots, or I would always try to buy the like you get the first and the last. Like everything I did when I talked to Jeff was like, oh, that is exactly how you just give money away. Oh.
Shit.
No, what that meant is Josh obviously isn't appreciating you enough that he's winning waffles.
Oh
So maybe
boy.
Michelle just needs to come stay up here for a while and let Josh decide if he's, making the right choices.
She could bring the moonshine. Listen.
Hey.
If you give her some of that stuff you got in your hand, you'll send her right back. I promise you.
All she's got to do is sit in the garage. She don't even got to hit it.
She will not stop laughing. I don't even care. She's one of those, like, you say hi and she
Those are
will
the
laugh
best.
for it. She'll laugh. No, it ain't, because she'll laugh for an hour and a half straight, nonstop.
We got Michelle over here, and she's like one of those people that when she laughs, she'll snort accidentally. Oh, and it makes everybody laugh even harder. So you'll end up in these like 15-minute laugh fest. Like I said, I got the best people that come over here and the best family and kids. And I even got better chickens than everyone else. Like these things are dope. I got a dog that keeps Matt on his toes. Like whenever he comes over, man, he's on him. I got to go out to the car and let him out. But anyone else he's cool with. But he literally wants to eat Matt. And he like sneak disses him and stuff. Like it's so hilarious. So even the dogs are pretty cool. So I'm never winning any waffles. I ain't getting lucky. We ain't ever drawing buys. We're drawing Billy. We're drawing Beaterbaum. We're drawing Sean Fesner. We're drawing fucking Ryan Mitchell. There ain't no way around it. That's why, like, from here on out, the next year, when we get there, I'm calling the baddest dude out. Because at least then I look like I'm cool rather than just lose to him because I drew him. So, I mean, like, we're just going to be like, yo, Isaac Preston, how much? First pair down. We're just going to go broke next year.
Might as well.
We'll have fun, though. I promise we'll have more fun than everyone else. Ask Callie Nate. He parked next to us at War in the Woods. I thought for sure he was going to come over and smack the shit out of all of us. I thought our only benefit was there was 100 motherfuckers in there.
Oh, he should have just came over and had some fun.
He did. Whatever he did, I'd do it again. That motherfucker went home with the cash.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
Copy that game plan. Ours didn't work. I blew a rear end up and Phil rode the rail. We needed a new one.
Yeah. It'd be like that sometimes.
It is, man. I'm telling you, you can't have the good times if you don't have some bad.
It's the stories more than anything else, man.
No, for sure.
Everything else in the world, but stories are the most valuable thing.
Yeah, being able to tell people we blow up barrels at tracks and they didn't kick us out, like, or Sherm didn't flip out when we about blew his truck up.
They make adult diapers for that, my man. Ever since I changed my diet, I've been in that. I've been doing that too, though. So yeah, I think the other, what else is there? Mentone was Sunday. It's a lot of damn racing in this area.
At the end of the year.
Yeah, this late, everybody's trying to get it in. So no matter where you are, you're near some racing, get your ass out and support a track. Bro. Listen. All right, everybody. We're going to end on this story. I promise you. Oh man. This is I know you'll understand why I'm doing what I'm doing right here. So on the way back from War in the Woods, we're driving and fuck man. I let a fart and just a little bit of something I couldn't trust come out. So we had to stop at the gas station. I got Michelle and Duncan with me, and I'm not trying to let anybody be on to this. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be all discreet and shit. I'm like, because Michelle, I don't stop. Like we had 3/4 of a tank of gas, and for me to say we're stopping because I got to take a piss is, she should have known something was up then. But so we stop, and I go in the bathroom and clean myself up. Of course, they got this quarter ply shit paper in the bathroom. And I can't wash my drawers in the fucking sink in the bathroom anyways. Somebody catch me doing that, it'd be even worse, right? So I clean myself up, ball these fucking underwear up, throw them away. And as I'm walking out, the lady's looking at me and she's waving bye to me and she's got a big old smile on her face. And I'm just like, all right, have a nice day. Listen, we walk out. As soon as I open the door and walk out, my dick got so cold and my shorts were open up like this. Like, I imagine this is what she saw right here, like poking out of my fucking shorts. Oh, you want to talk about the worst fucking thing ever? So I had a little bit of shit myself, and then I flash everybody in the fucking. Listen, the bathroom, walking from the bathroom to the door is like 40 feet. I walked through this fucking I walked through this fucking gas station with my dick out. I didn't even know. But as soon as I opened that door and that cold air hit me, I knew. Because my little feller was like, "Ooh," and I had to go. We out. Dude. Fucking whatever, man. So if you've thought you did something embarrassing over the last month or so, top that one. Tell me about it.
You win.
Dude, fucking I was mortified. Like, I don't get embarrassed or whatever, but as soon as I opened that door, oh my God. I was so embarrassed. It is funny as fuck, but I mean, what do you say? Listen, so I had to zip it up and straight face that shit and pretend like none of that happened till I got home because Duncan was in the car with us, and I didn't even think I was going to tell Michelle, but whatever. She was behind the counter. She might have reciprocated. I couldn't have seen.
I don't know. I'm imagining with the bush you got down there, she didn't see much. It tucked right inside and was gone. And then she questioned if, like, you had switched, like you were originally a female with a big bush and claiming to be a dude.
That wasn't me. That was Jasper that called you not cool, not me. She said pre-karma. See what the hell?
That's not true.
I did. Because that zipper was, your zipper can either be like real thin or it's open like this when you're not zipped up. That motherfucker was full open, full view. I was like, oh God, that's such a horrible fucking thing to experience, man. But I told Michelle I should share it, but then I pussied out a couple weeks ago. But we're going to end on that note. Everybody have a good evening. Don't squeeze farts out when you're on road trips, and if you do, double check that zipper.
Yeah, no problem, man. If he leaves you alone, that'd be sweet.
Good night.